What's up, Crypto Universe? You're watching us on Rock Reviews. My name is Eugene Tay, and on my left is...
Yo, it's Jordan.
On my right is...
Hey guys, Malcolm.
1st August 2017 was a major milestone for the crypto universe. Why? Bitcoin fork happened, and it was a big deal. Everyone was talking about it. We don't know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. Naysayers think that it was the end of Bitcoin. People who thought, free money? Is that even true? Bitcoin Cash fork? Well, and it happened, and this is the 1 year anniversary. So to celebrate that event, we're going to have on today's Rock Review, Bitcoin versus Bitcash.
Bitcoin Cash.
Bitcoin Cash.
How dare you?
Yeah. So disrespect Bitcoin Cash. Although it's a fork.
Versus Bitcoin Gold and every other fork in the Bitcoin universe that no one cares about. As usual, when we are having our Rock Review, we will have drinks. So today's drink, because we're talking about Bitcoin, that is the original gangster, this Jim Beam on rocks. We have, what's this? What's this?
Whiskey sour, right?
Whiskey sour.
Whiskey sour.
And this is?
I have no idea.
Whiskey dry.
Alright.
So it's all a fork of whiskey, right? See? Don't need to explain right today? Okay, let's carry on with the show. The word of the day. If you're joining us from home, prepare your drinks. Because the word of the day is fork, Satoshi, and cryptocurrency. Prepare to die. And Jordan, take it away.
Okay, so I believe everybody that's watching this video, you would probably know what Bitcoin is. Personally for me, I'm more of a trader person. So what I'll cover is more of the financial aspect on what you can get from Bitcoin. To me, I feel that Bitcoin is an asset class. Well, I'm not going to spend $80 million buying 2 pizzas. That is pretty silly, but that was one of the first transactions you made with Bitcoin.
1,000 bitcoins, right?
10,000.
10,000 bitcoins.
Yeah, so that's about 80 million USD.
Wow. That's an expensive
For 2
pizza.
pizzas.
It's crazy.
There was delivery. There was
Fair enough.
delivery.
Consider it tip.
There was delivery. Yeah, so personally to me, I feel that Bitcoin, it is really an asset class that you can hold. It's a store of value. It's something like gold. You know, it is finite. You know, once it hits 21 million, which is gonna probably hit in 2136, I'll be probably a bag of ashes by then. But you know, by then it's gonna be 21 million Bitcoins, nothing more, nothing less. And there is like 40% of the Bitcoin that is gone forever. You know, people are mining it in the hard disk.
And they lost it, and they're trying to find it.
Yeah, trying to find a hard disk right now. You know, it's everywhere.
Okay.
Personally, I lost Bitcoin because my girlfriend put it into my Trezor. She forgot her PIN, and then we couldn't unlock it.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Yeah. So you know, it wasn't worth a lot, but I mean, in today's value, it is quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about what happened in the last 7 days.
Let's go.
Okay.
You know, Bitcoin it was at all-time low for this whole year, 6,000 plus, 7,000, back to 6. And now, it's at what? 8,001.
Yeah, it's back up. It's
Yeah, it's back up. It is back up. But I see a risk in here is that a lot of people are jumping on a bandwagon, selling the alts just to catch that little pump. I don't think it's going to be sustainable.
So you think it's a bear trap?
Yeah, it is. It is. Personally, I think it is a bear trap. You might see retracement all the way to 7,008, or even if it breaks support by then. Bye, guys.
$5,000.
I don't know. I have orders set at like 5,008 sitting there. Yeah, so I think in the past week it was pretty interesting. When Bitcoin started, you know, it is proof of work. You know, you have to have a miner there.
It's still proof of work now.
Yeah, it is. So I know companies come up doing cloud mining. And I think it's something that has really changed the world. You know, last time you have to buy a miner, plug in, do this, do that. But now you just got to buy a contract online, then someone's going to mine it for you.
But I heard those contracts are not very profitable. I mean, there has to be a reason why, if it was very profitable, these companies would just mine it themselves.
Correct.
Why sell the contracts to people?
Right. So my point exactly. So the thing is, with cloud mining, you run it with a lot of risks. Like recently, Hashflare. Because when you sign up for a contract with Hashflare, at a point of time where the mining is not profitable, they will cancel the contract. And it is in that long list of T&C that you will just tick, I agree, accept.
Okay, so recently did it?
Yeah, so a lot of people's contract got terminated.
Okay.
I think some people were very, very pissed because they just went on because Bitcoin was cheap. And then, just poop, and it's gone.
So what other cool things can you tell us about Bitcoin?
It's gonna be the future.
Huh! It's gonna be the future, you say.
Wow.
Bitcoin.
Well,
Can you live without Bitcoin? Can you buy alts without Bitcoin?
You know, the thing about Bitcoin is so controlled by the Chinese and the Russian. Everyone's mining Bitcoin. Like, you even think it's decentralized anymore? Well, you're just following blindly because you look at the Bitcoin pricing and you think that's a real Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's very scary because actually, when it comes to decentralization, the most important part about decentralization is basically who controls more of the hash power. The more hash power you control, the more grabs you have over the whole entire network.
Bitmain is controlling about 49% or more of the global hash power for Bitcoin. 49%. At that point in time when I read it, that was about a month ago. And Bitmain is the producer of the ASICs miner, which you guys have to buy to mine. So this 49% hash power controller is the creator of the mining rig that you even have to buy to mine Bitcoin in the first place. So if you are not even afraid of the 49%, think about that, because the person who is giving you the machine to mine is controlling everybody, in fact.
Yeah, because the scary thing is that when you hit 51% or more in terms of the hash power, you can actually control what goes into the
Compromise
blocks.
already.
Yeah. So that's where the security compromisation is very scary.
So I'm going to put this up to you guys and to you guys watching this at home. Does this pose a threat to the survivability of Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin still be the dominant coin in a year to come? 2 years to come? 3 years maybe? Will Bitcoin, the coin that you think is going to go up to $50,000, that you are FOMOing and rushing to buy now, is that the real Bitcoin that will survive? Leave us a comment.
Are you sure it's only 50k?
Maybe more. Or maybe zero. But to hear the other side of the controversy is Bitcoin Cash. Malcolm, do enlighten us?
Yeah, okay, so Bitcoin Cash was actually created by someone called Roger Ver. He actually managed to get his whole gang of miners to actually fork Bitcoin into something called Bitcoin Cash.
I'm gonna drink a lot tonight.
Now, the reason behind why he decided to do this fork, I'm sorry, there's no other way to say it.
This thing
was because the original white paper from Satoshi Nakamoto that he actually
come on, man,
published inside the Bitcoin.
Wait, is he even drinking or just wetting his lips?
Inside the Bitcoin white paper is that Bitcoin is actually supposed to use as digital cash for the future. But currently, because of high transaction rates, and slow transaction timing, Bitcoin is actually not well positioned as a currency. It is more well positioned, as Jordan said, a store of value, a digital asset. So Roger Ver felt that, hey, this is not right. The original vision from Satoshi Nakamoto states very clearly that they want this to be a medium of exchange between people, and this is the digital cash of the future. So there's a few debates on why they split in the first place. So on August 1st, they split because they were debating upon two major changes that they want to make into Bitcoin. So the first change was about SegWit 2.0. So there's something that many people heard about. So basically, what SegWit 2.0 is that when you implement SegWit, you actually manage to cut down a lot of digital signatures, which actually contribute to a lot of the block size, which is the data. So if you cut that away or you reduce that portion of the signature data being implemented into the blocks, that means that the blocks has more space to accommodate more transactions. So it makes it more efficient. So that's the original plan. But Bitcoin Cash guys were like, nah, no, that's not the way to go because it compromises some security portions of this whole entire blockchain system. Their idea was, hey, why don't we increase the block size instead? So instead of its 1 MB size, you multiply it from 1 MB to 2 MB to 4 to 8 to whatever size. So the bigger the size, the more transactions you can fit inside. Makes a lot of sense. But a lot of the normal Bitcoin from the Bitcoin core, we're gonna click one core camp, they said this is not a sustainable way because as you keep increasing the block size, when do you stop? And when the blocks become 500 MB or 1 gigabyte, how long would you think that will take to mine and to move the blocks? But Roger's verse, his defense is that, hey, as technology advances, there will be more and more mining equipment that can mine faster and more transactions.
Correct, but that's also based on assumption.
Yes, it's based on assumption and trends. So his mindset is that if this trend were to continue, then doubling the block size in accordance to that trend will not affect anything at all. So that is where the two big minds conflict. One is trying to position Bitcoin as a store of value, as a digital currency, as a very secure way of trading. One is to really position it as digital cash, the way that it was supposed to be in the original white paper of our dear friend who is missing.
Oh, Satoshi?
Oh, damn.
Oh, come on, man.
I was getting thirsty. But I see, okay, I got into cryptocurrency because of because of my love for Satoshi's vision. And because of that original vision and the paper that was written in, I believe most of us actually got into cryptocurrency before 2016 for that purpose. So in view of that, it's for that purpose alone that I like Bitcoin Cash, because it is the original vision of Satoshi. And I'm just going to go a bit further here on a conspiracy theory level. Some people believe that Satoshi is a good guy and he's here to help save mankind from the feds. And if that is true, this guy who has disappeared from the face of this earth, you cannot do anything in life today without getting called out by someone and have your photo leaked by somebody. But yet this guy, Satoshi Nakamoto, is able to disappear entirely from the face of this earth after supposedly trying to help people. So if he is that powerful, or he or that group of people has that agenda in mind, maybe it serves a purpose to listen to what they want to do. So the people like, store of value, assets, and trying to dominate Bitcoin could be the enemy. On the other hand, another camp believes that you cannot be that powerful and anonymous at the same time unless you're part of the FBI, CIA, and NSA. So the original vision of Satoshi Nakamoto could probably be the work of the feds. And if you think they are the bad guys, you go to Bitcoin. So let us know, what do you think right now, Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash? Because can Bitcoin Cash really be the currency to use for transaction?
Well, I would say that Roger Verse inside his presentation in The Economy he said that he compared Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash in terms of usability and how e-commerce had actually accepted these as payment options. So Bitcoin Cash, because of its low fees, is 1/10 of a penny to transfer, and because it has a zero, zero confirmation. What that means is that when you send a Bitcoin Cash transaction to an e-commerce merchant, for example, as long as the transaction states that the Bitcoin Cash transaction has went through, although it takes some time for it to confirm, you can really count it as received. Whereas for Bitcoin, you still need to wait for the full transactions or full confirmations to go in before you can consider that it is received. But if you want to pay for coffee, you can't be standing there to wait for 6 blocks confirmation and says, okay, I'm wait 20 minutes for my transaction to go through. You can't do that.
Of course.
It doesn't make any sense. So Bitcoin Core was like, okay, you know what, we're actually going to integrate Lightning Network. I'm sure many of you guys have heard of Lightning Network, especially from Litecoin. So Litecoin is actually integrated. Lightning Network is basically a sidechain that is built on top of the Bitcoin layer protocol. So this sidechain actually helps to move the blocks faster and actually do the confirmation speed faster. But Lightning Network will take a year or two for it to be fully implemented into the Bitcoin protocol. So for now, the focus is a little bit different. Bitcoin Cash is trying to make things fast, make it digital payment, make it for e-commerce. But I feel Bitcoin is right now like a science project. They are just like
Science project.
Yo,
They wanna
science
give me all-
project.
no,
Yeah,
as
they all
in
want
wanna-
money.
as in they are just
It's
they are
gonna give you bitcoins.
they are building the
Science project,
capabilities, they are making it better, making it more secure, but they are not making it user friendly. Maybe to their mindset, maybe 1 or 2 years is not a big deal because we waited 9 years to reach
So,
this point.
question
right?
for you: would Bitcoin Cash then lose out to possibly Litecoin?
So,
Would that be like
Usual?
Would Litecoin be the biggest competitor Bitcoin Cash have?
yeah, because Litecoin is actually their very main focus is to do digital payment. So very similar to Bitcoin Cash. It's just about I would say there are some technological aspects about the two that are different.
Because what I worry about Bitcoin Cash is while Bitcoin Cash has other people to contend with and fight, Bitcoin, even though as big as it may be, is going to be the dominant force due to branding and branding alone.
Yeah.
That they are called Bitcoin. Nobody cares whether this is Satoshi's vision or not. The Bitcoin it costs.
Cheers.
They are at $8,000 right now. This whole society works on greed. So they could actually be going up on their own curve while you are busy fighting everyone else.
Yeah, it's true. I think use cases is mainly for mainstream adoption, but we may not even reach mainstream adoption so quickly. So the reason why Bitcoin has such high valuation is really because of scarcity, and because it's a store of value, and because it's used to buy every single other altcoin, and it's the key.
Yeah, the
The big
USD
daddy.
lah.
I mean the big
like
daddy.
the USD.
The
But
big
you know
daddy
what?
of crypto.
You know who might potentially put you and you back in your place?
Who?
Bitcoin Gold. No one talks about Bitcoin Gold. You know, Bitcoin Gold is also
okay.
part of the fork. Okay, you don't forget him.
Cheers.
Your
Cheers.
fork on 1st August, we will fork in October. But do you know why we fork in the first place?
Can you like
Please enlighten us.
Because the both of you cannot agree on what to do with the size, and it has boiled down to it being totally political. Because the miners are against you, you are against the miners. The Bitcoin Gold folks said, screw you guys, we are going to bring decentralization back to Bitcoin. Okay? You and your Bitmain people trying to sell us ASICs miner can go and eat shit and die, okay? Because we are going to go back to GPU mining where everybody and anybody can mine.
They have
No.
equal access to,
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
Isn't that such a sweet vision? Like, we don't want to complicate matters. What is fighting thing? No, Bitcoin Gold. Everyone can mine. It's still the same. 21 million tokens. The scarcity is there. The whole the vision is still there, and it's built on Equihash, which is the Zcash protocol. So it is absolutely unminable on ASICs. Although Bitmain has tried to create ASICs miner for Equihash, but the Bitcoin Gold community was very fast in reacting to it. In fact, if you look at some of the past videos and I talk about why certain coins are despite it not being in the mainstream eye and it not flying off to the moon, it's still a very valuable coin to look at, primarily because of the community and the people involved.
Yep.
The Bitcoin Gold, I'm losing my Bitcoin Cash, I'm losing Bitcoin Gold community and the developers have been spot on in their white paper, in their roadmap, and they have ticked off on every single milestone that they set to create. In fact, 1st July, Bitcoin Gold went hard fork. Any of you realize that?
cheers?
Cheers. No, I didn't realize that.
No one gives a shit about Bitcoin.
What did they split to?
Bitcoin.
They didn't split to any coin. They just updated their network,
Okay.
and they went Lightning Network integration.
Oh wow, that's
So we
fast.
talk about Lightning Network for Bitcoin Cash. Hey, our friend here, Bitcoin Gold,
No,
already done it.
Bitcoin is doing Lightning Network integration. Bitcoin Cash feels that it's good enough as it is.
Yeah.
By increasing the blocks, you can be fast.
Bitcoin Cash is all about how big you are.
Yeah, big.
You know, sometimes
Coin
you
cash.
overcompensate for certain stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not affected by this, you know.
Yeah. So, okay, back to Bitcoin Gold, right? Why I think it will be the most dominant coin in time to come is these guys have been quietly doing the right thing without getting involved in politics, without getting into the whole speculative nature of Bitcoin. I mean, that's where you guys are, right? And when you put yourself into the limelight and you're getting bashed up by economies, by anyone who just don't quite fancy digital currency, you are taking heat. You are against Litecoin. Who do you think is going to come up in a year or two time, bypassing both of you who are busy fighting people and be the dominant force? Bitcoin Gold. So there's a few points here that I think would make them attractive to people. The fact that they follow the whole Bitcoin hard fork background of supply. Pretty much done already.
Yeah.
Mining is decentralized, Lightning Network is done, active community, but the downfall of Bitcoin Gold is that during the fork, they pre-mined 100,000 coins and kept it in reserve, part of it to be paid to their own developers.
I think 100k is fair.
100,000 coins.
100,000 coins out of 21 million supply, right?
In the playing field of being decentralized and doing it for the community, you pre-mine right before a fork. Now, even if you wanted to pay yourself, that is such a scumbag move.
I think it should be up. It should. I think it's fair for developers to take fees because they need money to upkeep themselves and run the business. They should actually let the community decide how much they should be able to withdraw. Maybe like they put, can we withdraw 10 or 20 or 30
you
or 50, and you guys
Yeah.
vote. And if they feel that developers did a good job, I'm very certain that the people will be more than happy to say, so you can go ahead and get the vibe.
And on top of
X
that,
amount of money.
May 2018 this year, they got a 51%
Attack.
consensus
Oh
attack.
yes.
So,
Was it by Bitmain? It wasn't, right?
I don't know, it's anonymous, but maybe
Why are
it
you
could be
so worried about
Bitmain.
The
Bitmain?
51% attack is very scary because
Yes.
you can with the 51%
Yeah, so,
you can
correct.
yeah.
So it's not just a hack, guys. It's a 51% hack, which means Bitcoin Gold volume is so low that a single hacking unit, a hacker or a unit could just take over the entire network. So with that in mind, Bitcoin Gold will face a lot of resistance with regards to adoption, mainstream adoption.
I think what's interesting about what you just spoke about is really about control. And that's why I feel Bitcoin will always has a very strong foothold. Because there are many people mining Bitcoin. So the network is very, very spread out. But of course, with Bitmain holding so much hash power, comes into question who really has the control. And I think when you talk about decentralization, it's very important that the power is not situated with one person. There's no point. I mean, statistically, there's actually 4.5 times more nodes in Bitcoin than Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash, although it's fast, it's great and all, but there can be some security concerns about how dense or how spread out their network is. Maybe still some powerful players are actually holding on to most of the power, which is something that is to be concerned about. I think everybody should be worried about.
So you know how to solve this problem?
How?
Hold your Bitcoins. Just hold it.
This does not equate to hash power. It's
No,
different.
you see, if you keep holding your coins,
Okay.
you're gonna limit people dumping it. Selling. Okay, I'm coming from a financial point of view. So if you keep holding your coins, you're gonna be safe. If they can hack all they want, it's fine.
I see what you mean. If you hold it in your cold wallet, if it's out of the network, you won't lose it.
I don't know. I think everyone should have a cold wallet. I have my own, so.
Okay.
Some people
interesting.
leave it on the exchange, man.
Maybe next time we should do a cold wallet review. But can we pause here for more drinks?
A few moments later.
So if I put my coins in cold storage, my coins will not get hacked.
Yeah, so basically when the 51% attack happens, your coins that you own personally in your cold wallet or wherever your coins are safe. There's nothing will happen to them. Nobody can still forcefully retrieve your coins or your Bitcoins. They are totally okay. What happens is that when the 51% attack happens, then they can start to change the data when inside the blocks.
Okay.
So maybe sometimes if that happens, transactions will then become unreliable and unsecure. So if any announcement comes out of a 51% attack, for example, the best thing you can do is do not touch your Bitcoins at all. If you were to transact your Bitcoins, you may not know what might happen. So just keep them where they are and just wait for everything to tide over, and then you can just start transacting as per normal.
So effectively, when you are 51%, you are God. You change the transaction details as and when you wish.
Okay, so you're saying that let's say if there's a 51% hack, and I send Malcolm 1 Bitcoin, because I want to give him 1 Bitcoin.
Well, Bitmain could just say, you just send 0.1 and take 0.9 for themselves.
Yeah, and basically the data that the transaction data will get disrupted, because as we know, because of all of these incentives, like when you mine things, you get rewarded. So miners are encouraged to mine the truth. Whatever happens, you just mine it. There's no incentive for you to change the data, because if you get caught changing or being a bad actor, you get penalized. So everybody wants to do the best for the network. So that makes sure that every time you transact, it will always be the truth. But if you own more than that, the truth becomes whatever version you want to make it. You can say, no, actually he transferred only 0.5. You can say that he actually only received 0.1. And you can basically do mix and match the transactions, or fill it up with other stuff that is not true. So I would say that's actually one of the reasons why Ethereum is also very when they're trying to move into proof of stake. We're using Casper, but actually there's a lot of ways they're trying to mitigate bad actors. Even though they have this consensus, they want to make bad actors not act out of their way. So actually they have very huge penalization for people who actually do bad things. Like actually they will confiscate. They have to stake tokens. Yeah, you can stake Ethereums and you can earn more Ethereums, but if you are caught doing bad things or cahootings with bad people, they actually have the rights to confiscate the Ethereums that you stake. But that's for another day.
Yeah. Proof of stake. Something I like that.
Cool. So I hope that clarifies the 51% hack, because that's a very important point to note. Anyway, you can just go and Google it. 51%. There's a lot of things to talk about, very technical. But just know that 51%, if anyone controls it, it's a bad idea. The whole purpose, the whole reason why cryptocurrency is considered secured.
Cheers, guys.
Is that
I'm like the word catcher of the day, man.
is that the more people are in a network, the harder it is to get 51% consensus.
It's the power of the community that makes things great. Give things value. I think it's going back to really the good old days, and I think that's the reason why Bitcoin gained popularity in the first place, because it felt like we became a community again, rather than just not trusting each other but trusting third parties instead to get everything done. Now we go back to the days where we actually trust each other. And we communicate and we contribute and we trade with one another. I think it's like kind of like, I feel like life is like going one full cycle. Bring us back to the good old days where we just do within each other.
Make it simple. Bring it back to a simple way of transacting. Because right now everything in life is just so complicated and it's unnecessary complication. Okay, so we got Bitcoin Cash. We talk about Bitcoin Gold. For the rest of you watching at home as well, a few other forks that you might want to talk about and be mindful for. There's also Bitcoin Diamond. Have you guys heard of it?
I think I've heard of it.
I got free ones, but I got no idea what to do with it. It's like, it is stuck in my exchange wallet.
Basically, back in 2017, if you held onto Bitcoin, you get Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Diamond, and it's free money.
So basically, holding Bitcoin was a really smart move.
And that was
Thanks,
if you
guys.
sold in January.
If you saw in January.
Because all these forks, if you add them up, you will not be the differentiator between now and January.
What's the cool thing about Bitcoin Diamond? Nothing much other than the fact that it's a privacy coin based on Monero's protocol.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I figured about it. So I'm not too excited about it, and I'm quite sure the rest of the world by then was kind of sick of forks already.
Cheers.
Wasn't intentional. One new coin that's also based on Bitcoin. Not sure if you guys know what it is. It's just out this year. United Bitcoin. Do you know?
So I know, see, the OGs here, no. Bitcoin's the OG, no. All the, come on, man.
It's all old farts, don't know all these things. Okay,
Hey.
United Bitcoin. Why United Bitcoin is worth this 5 minutes I'm going to spend talking about them. It's led by this guy called Jeff Garzik, which is one of the Bitcoin original core developers.
Oh wow, okay.
So he has his own vision of Bitcoin as well. He didn't like this whole high inflation, highly speculative nature of Bitcoin. Obviously he didn't like Bitcoin Cash, Roger Ver, he didn't like Bitcoin Gold. So he came out with United Bitcoin that is a stable coin. You talk about transaction, about real use case, United Bitcoin is worth something to check out, because what they're promising is they're going up against USD Ether.
Oh, okay.
Every $1 USD is one Bitcoin. With the caveat that in their reserve, they're going to have 300% more fiat
Wow.
than they will have Bitcoin out in the open.
Fantastic.
So everyone, Bitcoin is 3 USD in the storage.
That makes it like
One
super
united
bad.
Now,
Bitcoin.
not one united Bitcoin. Hello, Bitcoin, listen up. The problem with Bitcoin is they never listen to any of the other Bitcoin folks, you know.
Big Daddy doesn't listen.
Yeah. Okay, so United Bitcoin is a stable coin meant for transaction, it's meant for credit. That was the original vision. And they have $3 stored inside for every one Bitcoin out. So if you're talking about, you mentioned about simplicity and going back to the old ways, right?
Yeah.
Back in the old ways in the 1900s, before 1903, every gold bar in the vault, in the bank, in the Fed was a representation of a dollar bill outside. So if you have that legal tender, you know you had a gold bar in there, and all this was before they took it off the gold standard. Cryptocurrency and United Bitcoin is bringing this back to the populace. So if you have been watching this throughout, and I hope you really enjoyed it, because fuck, I enjoyed it a lot. Leave us a comment right now if you, at the start of this show, when I ask you to key in what is your preference, are you a Bitcoin Cash guy or girl? After listening to all this, have you changed your mind about your stance? Are you still a Bitcoin believer? Are you still a Bitcoin Cash believer? Maybe now you thought, hey, I'm going to buy Bitcoin Gold. Or, wow, Lord forbid, you heard about United Bitcoin and now you said, this is what it should have been, because a stable coin is what's going to help the market transact, it's what's going to help the economy move up, it's what's going to really help businesses and cryptocurrency combined, compared to this 8,000, 7,000, 5,000, God knows what are you trying to do. I'm not sure you know how much it was when I started, but I'm sure by the time I ended this whole video, Bitcoin price will have changed.
I think Bitcoin, United Bitcoin seems very interesting. I think the use case for it, for stable coins, is very high in demand. Because when you start to develop all this technology and utility, you want to try and transit it into the mainstream mainstream kind of like economy.
Mainstream. Yeah, me too.
You have to make things stable.
Okay.
You have to make things fast.
Turning rate.
Because you can't do business when your price of your coffee keeps fluctuating. It doesn't make any sense. So stable coins are super sought after and very, very valuable. My question for a lot of stable coins is, how do you keep it stable? There is actually a tricky, very, very tricky algorithmic problems that a lot of stable coins face. When you buy a major amount of stable coin, how do you keep the supply so that it's still worth a single token, a single dollar? Because as you keep buying something, the price will definitely go up. Even Tether is not perfect.
Correct.
Tether goes up like
90
1
cents.
Yeah, sometimes 90 cents.
cents.
Like why? How can you make a stable currency fluctuate? It's not possible. But this is something interesting that we all can go and research more about.
The question I have is how are you going to fight inflation?
Yeah, I think these are the questions that we have to go and find out. Yeah, it's a lot of questions there.
Maybe this could be a topic for another rock review where we look at stable coins.
Yeah.
But one other coin that I think deserves a bit of mention.
Okay.
We don't have time to talk about that coin today. Besides, it is not a fork of Bitcoin.
You just had to put it in, right?
Yeah. Bitcore, BTX. Alright, BTX is the unloved child of the Bitcoin family, even though there's not a fork.
Adopted child.
But I heard a lot of interesting things about it. Like
Yes.
they were giving like tons of like percentage back, like kind of like a proof of stake thing, right?
So they have a proof of stake, airdrop. In terms of
airdrop, yeah.
technology-wise, it beats all you guys combined with regards to transaction.
Wow, okay.
In regards to how involved it is in the community, it has ATMs, it has merchants adopting it. So here's a special treat for you guys watching this today. As I told you, it was a very special episode because right after this, in the next follow-up, we're going to have an interview with Bitcore founder BTX right here in the studio, where I asked him what is his plans for the
Oh, that's going to be very interesting.
future. Yeah,
Exciting stuff.
That's right. So all this and more, guys, I hope you love it. If you do, and I'm sure you do, share this with your friends. Okay, don't be selfish. Share this with your friends. Tell everyone, hey, look, you're holding Bitcoin. Haha, loser, not the real coin. Alright.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
come on.
I wouldn't dare to say that.
Okay, anyway, I'm just
Give me your bitcoins then.
Well, my
I'll
point
take it.
is, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's been insightful. This is Rock Review on Rock the Block Live with me, Eugene Tay,
Jordan Tan.
And Malcolm.
we'll see you guys next week. Leave us a comment what you want us to talk about. Until then, good night.
See you, man.
For Satoshi cryptocurrency. Oh, I forgot my flower shirt. Rock the Block Live is a broadcast channel for the busy crypto enthusiasts who want news on the go. If you like what we do and want to show some love, you can follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and join our online community. More details and information in the links below.